Hi guys, today we are going to be checking out some really cool stuff from Born Pretty. We have got some nail tips, some solid nail glue, yeah, we got some nice cat eye gel polishes, so yeah. And I am going to show you how to do this really cool design. Now, I'm really excited about these because Born Pretty were kind enough to send me some nail stuff. Sorry for the bad audio today, but I've got a cold, but we still need to do some nails. So first of all, we have got something called a solid nail tips glue. That's used to attach full cover tips and whatnot. And it is what it says it is. It's solid, not runny. I've never tried anything like that before, so I'm really looking forward to that. Then we've got a metallic drawing gel. It's called Alchemist. This has got a bit of a thin consistency, so I would expect that you could also use this as a regular gel polish. I'll be linking everything down below, by the way. Now, these come in 5 gram pots, so I know they look small, but when I see how little you actually need, I was a bit surprised. So I think this will last you for a while. And they do have them in different colours. I think this will probably make application a lot easier, much easier to control. So you use the correct amount of product and don't have all the flooding from the normal gel. Because sometimes it can seep out a bit at the cuticles and the sidewalls. They have also been kind enough to send me some full cover tips. And to be honest, I am so happy that these aren't coffin. It's so nice to have a different shape, and the length is actually really wearable. I've got fairly wide thumbnails, but the biggest one they've sent fits, so it's a good start. They feel really sturdy, and they've also been pre-etched on the inside, so I don't have to do that. Now, this is a cat magnetic gel, and you use them with a magnet stick to get a different effect, and Born Pretty have got a lot of nice colours. These are 7ml bottles. These are sold individually, which I quite like when the bottles aren't that big. This is a regular gel polish, and it is a fantastic hot pink. I always do 2 layers anyway, but these colours are really, really pigmented. I really wanted to see what this looks like, so I've done 1 thin coat of the metallic painting gel. And I think it can be used also as a gel polish. Then, last but not least, this is a sea blue cat magnetic gel, and I think this is my favourite of all of them. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't already, please subscribe and follow me. I will be doing a design with a few of the products today, but there will be a couple of upcoming videos where I use all of them. Here's a long video, so I have put chapters in it, so you can always just jump to the part that you want to watch. I'm just going to push the cuticles back gently. And this is a cuticle ball bit. I'm just going to use it to make sure that the cuticles are really, really nice and clean. Whatever service you're doing, you really need a good prep because otherwise it won't hold up. I'm just going to go in with my e-file at a really low speed and mat the surface of the nail. All you have to do is just skip over the nail plate just to mat it down. Now, I always, without exception, use a primer. I remove the dust and I do go in with a thin coat that I let dry. The reason for this is that I just don't want to risk having them either lift or peel off. I haven't got the Born Pretty base or top coat, but I'm just going to use one I've already got because it's a double-sided taggy layer. So I'm just going to do a thin coat of that, and I am going to cure it in the lamp. I made sure these were big enough because they fit from sidewall to sidewall. And I have seen people like take a ball and rub it between their fingers. I am not going to do that. I am concerned that that actually will put dirt and debris in it. And if you get grease on things, that makes things lift. So I'm just going to try with a small amount. I've just used a silicone nail art tool just to kind of evenly disperse it across the nail. And like I said, the good thing is this isn't runny, so it's not going anywhere. This must be one of the easiest products I've ever worked with. Very convenient. And where I needed to add a little tiny bit more, I just kind of scooped up a tiny bit and placed it down on the nail. When I'm happy with that, I am going to put the nail down. I'm going to start the cuticle. And it almost gets like a suction and stays down on its own. I just made sure to clean up anything that's come out with a cuticle pusher before I cure it. I don't want any air bubbles, so I'm going to still help hold it down. I am going to apply the other tips in the exact same way, flash curing them in between just for a few seconds. And when I've done with the whole hand, I'm going to give them a full cure in the lamp just to make sure that they're fully cured. Out of old habit, what I did was I just grabbed a file when everything was done. There wasn't any spillage like there sometimes can be with gel. I just like to blend the cuticle in a little bit to make them look natural. This is the easiest product I've ever worked with the full cover tips. I'm going around the nail with a sanding band, and I will mat the surface down because I'm putting some colour on top. And in order to have a smooth surface to work on, I have also put down a thin coat of base coat. Now, I know I can seem a bit like a fussy person, but let me tell you, I never have any issues with my nails. I put down 2 coats of gel polish that I cured all the way through. A lot of people will mostly use black because they want the magnetic gel to show up, and that does on dark colours. Unfortunately, I did try black and I didn't like the combination. I removed that and I've put down like a bottle green instead. I'm using that dark silver cat gel and to apply a thin coat over the entire nail. Cure magnetic gel before you've gone in with a magnet. If you cure it, the particles won't move. I'm going to use a magnet. It's square on one end and round on the other. They'll give a different effect. I'm just going to try and push the particles into the centre. You can see it kind of moves from silver to gold. It's really, really pretty. Usually I have to do this a bit quick, but I've been sitting playing around with it. I've done 2 coats, depending on the intensity you want. I'm just going to continue the same process across the rest of the other nails. If you should mess up, you don't have to wipe it off. Just grab a little bit more and kind of just put it across the nail. If you haven't cured it, you can really do it again and again, whatever. One little tip though is to shake the bottle first so that you actually get the particles to move into the gel and not just sink to the bottom. I used to use a lot of Born Pretty products before. I'm not really sure why I haven't the last years, but I am really, really happy because they've kept their standards high. I think these are really, really nice products to work with. Really appreciate if you could hit this video with a like. Please subscribe and follow me. We'll also be releasing with the other products, the turquoise and the pink gel polish for designs. Now this is the metallic painting gel and I love the consistency. I am going to do a different design on each finger. It's thicker than it seemed in the pot. I'm going to do one thin coat, then I'll cure it, and if I need to emphasise anything, I'll do it again. If you don't cure this properly through, what's going to happen is it's going to chip. So on the thumb, I've done more like a circular design. And on my index, I'm going to kind of go more like a frame. What I like about this painting gel is that you can actually raise it a little bit so it doesn't look flat. I'm using an old liner brush and I'm just taking my time. And then on my middle finger, I'm going to kind of do a, window at the bottom. This is a really, really easy design to do. However, it is easier if you put a little bit on your brush at a time. For the ring finger, we're going to do like 2 areas that we're going to fill in afterwards. There's a technique for this which is kind of cool that makes it look like little gems. So on the pinky, I'm just going to do some lines, and we'll also be putting some gems on all of these when they're done. Now I've cured all these properly through because I've got to go in with some colour again, and I don't want everything kind of melting into each other. And you do have to reapply like the base coat of that, or you could do black. And again, these also need to be cured. Now, this is basically the same as we did on the nails in the first place. What I'm going to do is fill in the little areas with the magnetic gel, and I'm going to give them a cure. Then I'll bring the magnet out, edge the particles to how I want it, and then I'll cure them. And I'm trying to kind of do a more silvery look this time and not so much gold. But this only applies to the areas that I've outlined. Make sure these are all properly cured through, because we are going to go in with some gems. I'm only going to do a few at a time and then I'm going to flash cure them so they don't move. You can place these where you want them, that's entirely up to you. So on the middle finger, I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of gem glue and kind of set that off. And I've also done the same on the ring finger, except that I ended up putting on a lot more stones than I planned. So I've just kind of filled them up, but I thought they look really cool. When you flash cured them, at the end, make sure to put them all in the lamp with it entirely cured through. And then last but not least, we are going to put a thin coat of top coat on. Now make sure that you don't go over the stones because you will mat them. The brush up against them gently. Can also use a small liner brush if it's a bit of a tight squeeze. This is what they look like, and you can see that the reflection is absolutely fantastic. So happy with the painting gel as well. I am very, very grateful for the products. I think they're absolutely fantastic and I will definitely be using them more. I do really, really like how I think it really sets the nail off. I'm just going to finish all of them off and give them a full cure, and then we'll look at the final result. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any nail crazy. And soon the other products will be coming up from Born Pretty. And until next time, bye.